let's just do a quick summary. So what is AI? Remember, software, data collection system, and policies. You need all those four elements together. Which of the four key manufacturing areas where AI can help today? Predictive maintenance, quality, manufacturing process optimization, and supply chain optimization. And finally, if you need help, you can visit George and I at www.aiengineers.com. If you're interested in a course, you can sign up for my course, which starts January 1st this year. It's 13 weeks, and it is all online, so anyone in the world could sign up for it. And I'd welcome any students to join us for that. That's the location of where you can go to register.
If I have one, you showed a slide or two back the four different ways that AI is being used in manufacturing. Are there other ways that AI is being used and employed?
Yeah, these are I think the main ones, but there are others. For you can do configuration management. The one that I chose not to talk about was design. Design, there's some wonderful AI applications. I'll give you an example. Like if you're designing a part, you're interested in weight and optimizing the weight and the strength of it. And traditionally, an engineer or a CAD designer would have to, come up with a design, run it through finite element analysis and so on. But with AI will do that for you. And I saw an example where GM reported that a part that they used the AI for design, they've got a 20% weight reduction and 5% increase in strength. So, and particularly if you use AI for design with 3D printing, where you can get geometries that aren't possible any other way, you can really make some really great progress.
It's funny you mentioned design, because today, as I was kind of scrolling through, my feeds on Instagram, I had an ad pop up called Facetune, and it was talking about how it used AI. You take a couple of selfies, and then it would go ahead and create using AI different artistic styles to draw your face and do different things. And so just, I don't know how much AI that is as much as maybe just, program, running it, but it was kind of funny that it talked about AI today.
Okay.
Well, one question was, can you give an example with a picture or whatever of a company using AI and exactly how? And this is, Dave, I don't know the answer to this. I haven't seen one, at least from our small city of 700,000 people.
No.
So are there any that you know of that you can talk to?
Well, I can tell you that Samsung and General Electric are definitely using AI. They have a full enterprise-wide application through many of their factories. And, if you look at not only if you look at Samsung is marketing the smart house. And, I haven't considered making my house smart yet, but the smart house uses AI, and it integrates all of your house and connects all the things in it. So I read in detail the business case of General Electric, and they went into great length to show how they made progress and how they did it and the type of information that they're collecting. I have not come across a small, medium enterprise that is doing AI, but so that's about really all I can say about it right now. There are many other big companies, cases I've written about, but
well, this is the time. I think, Jared, if you can promote everybody so they can actually ask their own questions, that'd be awesome too.
Yeah, definitely. If anyone wants to go ahead and come online, come on speaker, you can. And in terms of using visual systems with AI, I was talking to Dave and George yesterday about this, but at the airport where I work, they have some really cool technology that AI will go ahead and look at anything that goes out onto the runway and it can identify if it's like a praying mantis, if it's a caterpillar. It actually can go ahead and identify whether is this something that we need to worry about and get it off the runway so that it doesn't cause damage, or is it nothing to worry about. And we even have different things with birds and stuff like that, because we don't want to have bird strikes, and so we can actually predict flight paths of birds, figure out, even using AI, what type of bird or flock of birds it is that might be coming within. I think we have about a 2-mile radius around the airport that will go ahead and kind of pick up the flight paths of different birds and identify whether they potentially could be a threat to aircraft as they're landing or taking off. So a lot of cool things that we're doing with visual systems, with radar, with all sorts of things using AI. But if there's anyone else that has some questions, feel free to put them in the chat, to go ahead and come off mic and ask.
Yeah, Edward here. I have a question. And I don't know if this is answerable here, but so our modern day computers are very good at doing binary things, 0, 1, 0, 1. On, off. Our brains do not work like that. They're more parallel circuits, simultaneous actions all at once that allow us to be intelligent, right? Do you see a limitation to the data set and the computational requirements to actually push AI forward with given modern day computers, and going to analog computing or other computational methods be necessary in the short term, or that's more of a long-term problem?
Okay, well, what experts are saying is that in spite of all the great things AI can do, there's things that AI won't do. AI won't engage in strategy and won't set the goals for you, right? So it still needs us to tell it what it is we want, and not, it doesn't need to know why we want it. So right now AI is not able to do everything that we do, but with different types of computers, who knows, with a quantum computer, maybe down the road it's going to operate so fast it can come closer to approaching human intelligence and may be able to do more for us. I can't really comment much further than that.
Okay, thank you.
So Dave, I've got a question. For those of us, actually, we have one from Olga. Olga, do you want to come off mic and ask it yourself, or would you?
Sure. Why not? Hi, thanks very much for the presentation. And my question would be, do you consider bots artificial intelligence? Because even if you Google it, there are different schools of thought, if you wish. Some think it's just a pattern that a certain program follows, but others say that it's a case of bots. So what's your take on this, like a case of NI?
Well, bots are using AI. If you're talking about the chat bots, they definitely are using AI. In fact, an interesting thing to know is that I think, are you familiar with Alan Turing?
Sure.
Okay. So you know about the Turing test?
Yes, I do about it. I don't know, yeah.
Okay. So a chat bot passed the Turing test a couple of years ago for the first time. So I think by definition, you have to say it's using artificial intelligence.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know it did. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. You're welcome.
I don't think I can pass that test, Dave.
I'm not taking that test.
So, I'm sorry, George. Yeah, Dennis went ahead and commented that Scale AI has funded projects to implement AI in manufacturing, and then you can, of course, go to scaleai.ca to find out more about that. I think one question that probably a lot of people have is, here we are, we're lean professionals, or at least enthusiasts. We've gone ahead and we've learned all these tools to help people to problem solve, to think, to look for new ways, better ways to go ahead and do things more efficiently and effectively. what is the learning curve to learn how to program AI, or is it more important that we understand what's possible with AI, that we can then go ahead and work with people that actually know how to then program to do it? What's the best course of action for us?
I would not expect that manufacturers will go learn how to write AI. I mean, right now you can buy these things. These things called machine learning as a service, and that would be the best way to get started, because it's a cloud-based thing. The only thing you need to learn is you need to have somebody who's familiar with how to train the AI. So someone has to have a knowledge of databases and so on, but they'll never look at the code. In fact, they won't be allowed to see the code. So that's the way I look at it. Learning curve wise, I quite frankly, depending on the size of the company and what your requirements are, I really think that you need to do a project, do a pilot project, do a demonstration. You can do something pretty cheap, but nothing in manufacturing is all that cheap, as we all know. I mean, cheap comes in different flavors. I scoped out a demonstration project for someone last year, and they had a significant little factory, and it was going to be $75,000. So, that may sound like a lot, but it really isn't when you look at what you're headed for. If you have a significant factory and the benefits you can get out of it. By the way, I want to come back to the question about companies using AI. And I meant to mention, so the Scale AI can show you 3 projects going on if you refer to there. But I can also tell you that there's companies, certainly in my old business, Raytheon, the old Hercules company, Northrop Grumman, McDonnell Dettwater, other Canadian space companies. They are definitely building AI capability into their products and using it in their factories.
Well, if we put an online course together that kind of advances on your course at the university, we're gonna need a few examples in different areas, maybe one in each of those 4 areas. Supply chain optimization, what does that even mean? It's a pretty blanket, abstract word, but I think we can nail the other 3 down for sure. So anybody interested in doing a pilot, Dave's available, and we'd love to use it in our online course. Okay, I'm typing thank you all. Thanks a lot, Jared. Thanks, Dave. Take care.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks. Bye.